from gym dad to board chair, the hustle behind passion driven leadership. The term gym dad is all over your profile. How does being a family man influence how you lead in business and community?
Well,
So, the topic for today was from gym dad to board chair, the hustle behind passion driven leadership. So, let's start with the story. How did you PJP merge did come to life and what inspired the leap into the custom merch world?
so I was working in Toronto, Canada for a major Canadian brand called Roots. And so Roots was a manufacturer, still is, major Canadian brand, sweatshirts and leather bags and leather jackets. And I was on the marketing side, a director of marketing, which was a great job. And I learned a ton. And I had a friend named Ken, and Ken was in corporate sales. Corporate sales, and I'm using those quotation marks because at the time I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue what it was. And Ken and I were the same age. We were like 26, 27 at the time. And I went out for lunch with one day with Ken, and I said, Ken, what is it you do? And he explained, oh, I go to see companies. I go to see these major companies, and I sell them Roots
Right,
product, and we put their logos on it.
right.
And I was like, oh, wow, that sounds awesome. And
Amazing.
and then I said, well, how does your day go? And he told me about all this freedom he has and creativity. He's like, oh, I'm making art and I'm designing these logos for clients and I come and go as I please. And then he told me how much money he was making, and it absolutely stunned me. And I was thinking to myself, here I am. I go to the office every day, 9 to 5, or it wasn't even 9 to 5. It was more like 9 to 9. So 12-hour days, work like crazy. And here's this guy with the same age as me. He's out earning me by about 4 times, and he's got all this freedom and creativity. And I just said right
Wow.
there, I said, that's what I want to do. And
Nice.
I marched right into the office of the owners of Roots, and I just said, I love you guys. It's been a great ride, but this is what I want to do, and that's how I got into the industry, and that was 1999.
Right. The second question was the term gym dad is all over your profile. How does being a family man influence how you lead in business and community?
Well, I mean, it's everything to me. I mean, that's the whole reason I do what I do. I mean, I have an 18-year-old daughter, and my staff, one of my closest colleagues here at my office is Jane, and Jane has 2 young sons. And
Wow.
I keep pictures over here. You can't see them, but on the side of my desk, I keep pictures of all my kids, her kids, some of my
Nice.
clients' kids, and
Nice.
that's what I really believe. I do this all for, like, I don't do it for myself really because I have a very simple life. I could retire right now. I'm at the age where I could retire, but I want to keep going for my kids and Jane's kids and, keep making a
Yeah,
difference.
and retiring, you'll be bored, and you are used to do things. You are used to level up people, level up things, level up the brand. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you will retire ever.
Yeah, maybe not,
I mean,
but maybe.
it's in you. It's in you. It's in you. You never can relax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure. PGP merch is known for creative custom appeal. How do you keep the brand fresh and relevant in such a competitive space?
I really love apparel in our space because it's just a blank canvas for creativity. So we're always trying to push the boundaries on decoration and the creativity
Wow.
around decoration. And then also, I think an important thing about is the way you deliver the services. So one way to deliver apparel, and I think this is where a lot of distributors go wrong, is they think of apparel just like trinkets and pens and books and whatever. It's like a one SKU item that you're going to put the same decoration on. They treat it very like in a box. And I think that's a
Right.
mistake. So, for instance, we've been working with a lot of Hollywood North clients. So, a lot of movies and television shoot their productions here in Vancouver, where I am.
Wow.
And when we deliver a apparel program to one of those clients, we
Mhm.
actually take like a huge rack of samples into the office. There'll be 800 crew on a movie, for example. So
Okay.
800 crew are going to get this apparel gift, and we
Wow.
want them each to have a unique. They can get a unique style, they can get a unique color, they can even choose where they want to put the decoration. This is like really, I think, catering to the who ultimately receives the gifts in our industry. So our buyers aren't the ones who ultimately receive, our buyers are just like, there are contacts and
Right.
there are
Right.
customers
Right.
and
Right.
friends, but
Right.
ultimately it's the 800 crew that are working for these people. They're the ones that receive the gifts, and they're the ones we have to treat with, do something special out of the box, creativity. And just
Right.
to say to them, hey, you got to buy these 800 jackets. They're all going to be black. They're all going to get a left chest logo. It's so boring.
You don't sell ready factory stuff. You even customize
Oh
when
yeah.
anybody. Nice,
Yeah,
beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful.
we definitely customize apparel. We do buy, I have to be honest, we buy an awful lot of off-the-shelf apparel. But then, in my example, like with the movie, that project there, we were buying, we had 6 different SKUs, 4 different colors, so there was like a lot of different
Lot of things
product.
customization. Yeah,
Yeah, and
decoration. You have a vast end of store. Right, right.
that's
So,
right.
in your experience, what do you most small businesses get wrong when it comes to branding or custom merch?
There's a couple of things, and we've been guilty of this too. That's why I know, I like to learn from my own mistakes and share with. But I think one of the main things that I get frustrated by with small business is they get attached to their brand palette or their brand colors. So
Right.
let's say I have a corporate client, they're a security firm, and their color is navy. So they're like, you know
Okay.
what? Everything we do has to be navy. And my argument is like, no, it doesn't all have to be navy. In
Of course.
fact, there's like a family of blues that will like
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
complement the navy. Like, sure, if you want jackets and navy, great, let's do jackets and navy, but let's do the underlayers, the layering pieces in like a Carolina blue, which is a beautiful
Right.
blue, really made famous by Nike for the
Mhm.
University of North Carolina, and it just complements navy so well. So
Right.
it takes some education. Sometimes we win those arguments with clients, and sometimes
Right.
we lose those arguments. They're just like, no, it's got to be navy, it's got to be black, it's whatever, and it
As
just
per the
doesn't.
brand guideline, as per the customer. Exactly, exactly, of course.
Yeah.
What role do you believe local businesses and leaders are playing, yourself playing, shaping in the future of communities?
Well, I mean, this is a topic that's so near and dear to my heart, and we could talk again for hours about it. But I'm currently the board chair of the New Westminster Chamber of Commerce. So we have a Chamber of Commerce here, which is like a board of trade.
Okay.
In some communities, they're called business improvement areas. They got a lot of different names, but they're basically the same thing, an organization of businesses that sticks together to have networking, to have advocacy with levels of government. And I think it's really the most important thing that businesses can do
Right.
because as we all prosper, or a phrase I always like is a rising tide floats all boats. So as we all come up together, it's better for the community. We generate more jobs, we generate more taxes for the community. We can hire more people, we
For
can just,
sure.
it's just better.
What message that you want to give to the listeners of the podcast, this episode? What is that you want to give from the 5 questions that I've questioned you? What message that you want to give out to the listeners today?
Oh, I think my number one message is that we're in a super fun, creative industry,
Mhm.
custom merchandise, promotional products, swag, whatever you want to call it. And
Yes.
I think we should flex those muscles. And I think that our listeners should not be scared to try things out of the box because we're actually at an inflection point, I believe, in our industry where 50 to 60 years old for a lot of
Right.
us, not
Right.
only in age, but in the industry.
Yes, of
So,
course.
right, things are changing and we should change with it.
Yeah, yeah, things are changing, and I see a lot of customization option from before and now. Tech stuff, sustainability, eco-friendly. Things has evolved. Things has evolved, and a lot of options in tech side also. If you see at PPI exhibition, ASI exhibition, a lot of new suppliers with new creative ideas. If you see in bottle side, towel side, sock side, every industry has getting into deep dive. What is the best email address that anybody can get in touch with
It's
you?
Rich, RICH, pbjmerch.co.
Awesome. Thank you so
Okay.
much, man, for your
All
time.
right.
You have
Thanks. Take care,
a
buddy. Bye bye.
buddy.